Prepare to fight.
Yeah, so I'll switch to the Anarchy.
Round begins in 3.
I'll stop the predictions 2 minutes in.
Fight.
And Anarchy probably gets the best spawn. He's immediately going to be able to get both the railgun and the armor before taking the heavy as well, so he's going to be at maximum stack. Now, he actually somehow didn't pick up the rail, which is going to be a huge problem for him, as uNearth has now set up firmly in the railgun position to deny it. And just hiding behind the corner, hoping that Anarchy runs right into him. And we could immediately see our first fight here as the Anarchy goes up the jump pad, but uNearth decides not to engage, so both items are going to be traded here. Without much of a split. uNearth going around to try to secure the lightning gun, while uNearth just going to play from the top position. And grab a few more weapons. And we're going to see some railguns exchanged. Misses from ZawevszZ. And now uNearth making aggressive play down the lower level, and just rotates around to the railgun room to take a safe position to do damage on the heavy. And we're gonna see a fight for this Mega. ZawevszZ just looking for some rail angles, but decides to back off, probably fearful of the orb, but goes back in and gets comboed by the rocket and the orb, and uNearth back through the portal to try to do more damage. However, he might have just given up the heavy to ZawevszZ, and he does. He might have thought that it was already taken. So ZawevszZ not in a terrible position, especially after that rocket, and now is able to restack on some health and set up for this next Mega. And this is a great position for ZawevszZ to be in. After this Mega pickup, he's going to have a lot of time to go around to the heavy. While uNearth, definitely unclear about when the heavy was picked up. He probably thought that ZawevszZ had taken it before the Mega fight, but uNearth does manage to secure the Mega. However, ZawevszZ not all bad. He has the inject and he still has a light armor in the Mega room. She will secure now. And we're going to see a fight. Tribal able to ward off uNearth, and ZawevszZ going to get a clean Mega pickup. And uNearth taking a top position to defend this heavy, able to get a rail before backing off to the heavy. And now ZawevszZ just making sure he can secure the light armor before uNearth can guard the room. And now going to escape to go around to Mega side and secure the other light armor. Unfortunate rail miss is going to give uNearth a great opportunity to steal the Mega. ZawevszZ gets the light armor and a fight comes out with the LG. uNearth with the drop down on the Mega did not time the Mega correctly, and ZawevszZ able to get the kill. And now going to set up in the railgun room to not only deny the rail, but also the light armor. We're going all in for the fight. Loses to uNearth's LG, who's now in a great position as ZawevszZ also gets an unfavorable spawn. And ZawevszZ forced to go all the way around to the LG, but he's coming back for more. Hears that uNearth is there and decides not to engage. And now uNearth going to get a clean Mega pickup. Railguns come out, but neither player able to connect. ZawevszZ gets one in the end, but not going to matter too much since uNearth had the light armor to stack up on. Heavy is up, but ZawevszZ is not going to contest. And uNearth gets a clean pickup. ZawevszZ just waiting for that light armor to come back up, as well as making sure to keep the inject for when he needs it. Secures the LG, and now going to set up on the top level. While uNearth secures the Mega. And looks like ZawevszZ plans to just go for chip damage from long range. Smart idea against Ranger, because you don't want to deal with the orb. While uNearth just happy to keep a good split, 15 seconds about on the items to make sure he has plenty of time to rotate around and eventually find the kill. While ZawevszZ able to get back up to base stack as well as having the inject, he should be able to fight for this Mega, as uNearth is going to be a little bit late. Rails come out, and that's going to favor ZawevszZ, who now has both the Mega and the inject if he needs it. And a fight comes out, up the jump, had the orb, able to connect, and now LG battle comes out, and ZawevszZ dies. uNearth comes out on top. Now just gonna wait for the light armor to come up. But ZawevszZ will have the heavy, and actually goes around to take the light armor before the heavy pickup to get the maximum value, and now going to speed over to Mega. uNearth decides to disengage. He doesn't feel like he has the stack. A really crucial rail miss from ZawevszZ, who feels like doesn't want to go for more. Instead, going to try to go around the portal side. And it does get the Mega, but takes a lot of damage. The drop down comes up, but ZawevszZ in the better position with the inject and the health bubbles and able to escape successfully and now set up for the heavy. uNearth does get the light armor, so if he's fast, he can try to contest the heavy still. He'll go through the portal, but he'll just be a little bit too late. But ZawevszZ greedy goes for the light armor before the heavy, and uNearth's gonna get it for free. And gets the kill. A little bit greedy from ZawevszZ there. He should have just secured the heavy when he had the opportunity to, instead of going for the light armor first. Now we're gonna see a fight for this Mega, but ZawevszZ's LG cripples uNearth, who actually ran out of ammo mid-fight. Now ZawevszZ with the inject as well, in a great position for this heavy. Just have to be scared of the orb, but it looks like uNearth is not going to contest and instead go for weapons. But uNearth might have just, ZawevszZ might have just made the exact same mistake, leaving up the heavy when he didn't need to. And it means that uNearth was able to secure the heavy and use the orb to escape. And now ZawevszZ, I think that he might have mistimed the heavy as he's waiting for it now, but it was already taken. uNearth's going to get a Mega pickup with a good 15-second split on the items. At the very least, ZawevszZ gets that light armor, but he's still completely unsure about the heavy timing. And uNearth now makes his way across, tries to go for the rail. Now, ZawevszZ could try to drop down to the heavy. And we do see the drop down. He secures a free heavy. Going up the jump pad, a little bit risky, but uNearth drops down. Also might have mistimed the heavy a little bit. And now ZawevszZ is going to be able to get full control of the map. Actually, makes a pretty smart read and decides to delay that Mega health pickup.
Yeah, what do you think about the inject usage?
That's probably just on accident. I mean, I do it sometimes too. But I think he decided to delay the Mega to make sure he has enough time after taking this heavy. But the fight comes out. The orb to take the rocket engagement. The rail misses, which would have killed uNearth. But now that Mega delay might backfire on ZawevszZ, who now has to wait an extra 10 seconds before he can get the Mega. And he's going to decide to back up. At least he's going to know the timing. But he's going to have to get up to base stack first before he can really engage with uNearth now.
Yeah, if he saved the inject, he would have, or could have used that to fight for the Mega health.
Yeah, it was a pretty big mistake. But the rails come out are very clean, and the inject actually going to help him in the fight. He can survive an extra rail, and that's going to scare uNearth away. So ZawevszZ gets the heavy, and now has a lot of time to go around to the Mega. And we see the fight come out. The orb is not up yet, which could have led to ZawevszZ's death. Instead, uNearth comes out on top and now going to set up on the Mega health. But ZawevszZ going to guard the jump pad. Unable to miss, unable to hit with the rail. The orb comes out, but a nice direct to ward him off. Still going for the fight. But now both players going to back off to the light armor. Which will be ZawevszZ's pickup, but uNearth gets the heavy in exchange. Rails exchanged as well. Now the light armor at the rocket should be available for uNearth now.
Yeah, let's switch POV, because there hasn't been a frag for quite some time. There were some fights, but like both players are very like conceding the fights when they are low, or if they have an idea that it's not going their way, they do have an escape option.
I think this is ZawevszZ's best chance in the game. He's going to have an opportunity for a rail angle, but he misses, and he really needs to make something happen with 1 minute left in this match. He's still forced to back up, and uNearth tries to go for more damage before the Mega pickup. And now with a 15-second split, this is dire for ZawevszZ, who might have to make a Hail Mary play on the heavy. And uNearth might... I mean, he is going to go for it. I thought he might have backed off just to run away, but not going to matter. He wins the LG fight, and that should be the game secured with 30 seconds left. He can afford to play really passive in this light railgun room. He also has the orb, but he uses the orb to go for the LG pin, and still going for the Mega. ZawevszZ drops down, unable to get any damage, and that will be GG. uNearth taking map 1. That was a really well played game. I think both players, they took the right fights for the most part, but uNearth did come out on top in a few of those key engagements. I think the orb, it wasn't super helpful, but it did scare off ZawevszZ a few times. I think most of the time the orb, it kind of just prevented ZawevszZ from overextending into any of the items. We saw a little bit of more hesitancy from him. And yeah, a few fumbles of the inject, which really made the difference in that game as well. If he had saved the inject after that mega pickup, then it could have definitely helped him in that heavy fight, which was really pivotal to this game's outcome.
Yeah, great game. Wow, I don't think ZawevszZ got any heavy.
I think he got one, but he kept mistiming the heavy.
Yeah, I have started a poll, so with the question if you guys want pick me on or off or alter per map. So
now we're going to Awoken. ZawevszZ has Nyx and uNearth has BJ. This could help out ZawevszZ a little bit as he looks to be playing a little bit more defensive, and Nyx could definitely help with that. uNearth with the BJ gonna do pretty much the same thing he did with Ranger, just rotating the items, keeping a good split on them to make sure he can always win them out. And as long as you do that, the kills will come, which is really the strategy, especially against Nyx. It's super hard to chase Nyx because if you overextend, she's just gonna ghost walk and then beat you to whatever the next item is.
yeah, what would you have picked against a Nyx?
Clutch, obviously.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Sure.
Alright, but if not Clutch, Athena was available, which is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, BJ's not terrible, but I think against Nyx, it's kind of the problem I said, where you pop dual wield, she can just ghost walk away, so it's really just used to secure items. So that can lead to a problem where if ZawevszZ decides to play super defensive, it can be hard for the BJ to ever chase her. That's why you tend to want a champion with a little bit more mobility, like a Clutch or an Athena against Nyx, so that you can put a little bit more pressure on her than as the BJ. But Awoken, it does lead to some value around the items, because the items are often like an all-in fight, especially the Mega. If both players are fighting for the Mega, there's not a great escape option. So if you use the dual wield, the opponent either has to just run away and concede the item, or take like a dual wield LG fight, which they don't want to do. Dual wield LG or rockets.
Back into the fray.
Yeah, predictions are up. Big Mick is on.
Prepare to fight.
It looks like
Alright, starting on uNearth.
Round begins
Yeah.
in 3, 2,
It looks like
1.
Fortnite. to me.
Fight.
Nothing, boy.
uNearth gets the heavy spawn, but doesn't go immediately for the heavy, instead going first for the light armor. Pretty risky play, but it looks like it may work out. ZawevszZ wasn't going for the railgun, which sometimes is the standard play off that spawn. But uNearth might actually get beat to the railgun, and this is a fight he doesn't want to take with only the rocket launcher. So ZawevszZ is going to have both the LG and the rail now, while uNearth only left with the rocket launcher. However, I think he will now get an opportunity to go grab that railgun. ZawevszZ just controlling the mid, and we see that use of the dual wield come out just to secure a major item, and he even gets the kill. The ghost walk was not popped.
Lead taken. Tank.
Now uNearth gonna get the heavy as well and set up on T, and he might even get a rail angle here, but turns the other way. ZawevszZ will be able to secure a railgun, which is very important for him. And actually, uNearth walks right into a rail angle. He wasn't aware that ZawevszZ had already made it to the railgun room. And ZawevszZ taking a railgun fight at the Mega, however, he's not able to get enough damage, and uNearth's gonna get the Mega. But he does leave a really good rail angle for ZawevszZ, who hits 2 of them and now will be able to get the heavy. uNearth tries to get one last rail angle, but unable to find it, and now ZawevszZ is in a great position. Looks like he sets up on T and now gonna rotate around to Tribal to do some damage on this light armor. The railgun's not connecting. Instead, it's actually uNearth connecting, which is gonna cripple ZawevszZ. And now the dual wield come up the LG pad, and this is exactly the use of dual wield I was talking about. Always on this mega fight, and it forces your opponent to back off. Now with the heavy up, you might see more rails come out, but uNearth out of rail ammo, so not gonna want to take that fight anymore. Instead, give up the heavy to ZawevszZ. And not even taking the railgun ammo pack. He's gonna go back for it after getting the light armor. And now ZawevszZ has a very early setup on the mega health, which you should be able to secure. But instead, we see the fight. The dual wield comes out. But ZawevszZ still gets a pretty clean mega pickup, leaving uNearth trapped in the corner. He even takes some self-damage. The double jump came out, and ZawevszZ was able to get the kill, as well as forcing the spawn. Looked like he just used that forced spawn to make sure he secured the heavy armor. And now actually has uNearth trapped. He can, ZawevszZ can decide to guard this railgun, which is exactly what he's gonna do. Now just gonna take a top position for this mega health, able to secure, and he knows that exactly where uNearth is, which is great for him, especially with the ghost walk. Unfortunately, not able to deny that light armor, but he'll have plenty of time for this heavy fight. Gets to it early. However, he gives it up at exactly the moment when it spawns, and uNearth's gonna swoop right in for it. Now going up the jump pad, but he gets hit by a rocket that sends him sky high! And he gets hit by several rockets afterwards, so ZawevszZ will get the kill. Perhaps the bait of the heavy actually worked out in his favor. However, uNearth right off the spawn gets the mega, but we see the ghost walk comes out, and that's why it's so hard to chase Nyx, especially without mobility, as ZawevszZ, despite being in a terrible position there, was able to escape successfully with the ghost walk, and actually leaves uNearth without any armor. But uNearth still gets the heavy. But ZawevszZ still with a decent position. He has good stack with the central position. Looks like he's just gonna try to do some rail damage before this mega pickup. But a nice rail comes out from uNearth after the mega pickup too, which is really important. And so ZawevszZ still without armor, and instead of going for the heavy, just gonna get the light armor first and set up back on T. But actually goes for some rail angles at the heavy. And the heavy is gonna be delayed, as I think it could be smart from uNearth, because you are very vulnerable on that heavy, so sometimes you just want to wait for the right opportunity to grab it. And he did find that opportunity. Now I'm gonna go up the jump pad for another fight at mega. But this time not working out, instead gonna wait to pop the dual wield. The rocket almost sends him away from the mega, but he grabs it. And now both players retreat. ZawevszZ will have the better position at the heavy, however, because of that major delay on the item, he might not have enough time, but the rail comes out. uNearth is railable. He drops down, making it a harder angle for ZawevszZ, and ZawevszZ self-damages himself and not able to do any more damage on the heavy. And so uNearth is gonna secure that for free. But ZawevszZ will get the light armor at the very least, and might even have a fighting stack for this mega. But he decides to play it passively. uNearth just gonna go up the pad and grab the mega. Now we might see some rails engaged as uNearth decides to try to guard this LG room, and he's even returning. Rocket comes out, not able to connect, and the railgun gonna ward uNearth off. It's gonna be happy with just the heavy armor. And definitely expecting that rail angle as ZawevszZ was doing it earlier. And now we see the fight at the light armor, but once again the direct ghost walk combo extremely effective. And ZawevszZ actually very healthy. The dual wield LG comes out to try to fight, but takes a direct rocket into rail combo, and now also gets spawn forced. And he is smart and realizes the spawn force was there, so takes his time, but he still goes through the portal right into a few rockets.
For trash like you.
And gets spawn forced again in the LG room, which is not what you want. The light armor is also up at the T for ZawevszZ in this mega fight. And we're gonna see an LG fight come out. Who's gonna come out on top? LG is very clean, but uNearth gets the mega mid-fight, and ZawevszZ doesn't even secure the light armor. Just gonna be a huge gift for uNearth. Now we see him go around towards the tribal, but once again, a direct Ghost Walk combo. It's been very, very effective for ZawevszZ, really swinging the game in his favor. Now Heavy is up, but uNearth's gonna decide to push without the Heavy. Instead, just going for the dual-wield LG. Does do a lot of damage, and now goes back for the Heavy. And ZawevszZ not gonna stick around for the Mega. Is gonna look for one last rail angle, which he will secure. uNearth gets the Mega. ZawevszZ gonna get the light armor at T, and now the rocket jump comes out. It actually bumps his head on the ceiling, so wasn't able to ambush him with that rocket jump. Looks like ZawevszZ might think the Mega's up right now, but not the end of the world, as there's not that much of a split on the items, so he should realize, like, after the Heavy pickup, then it's the Mega pickup. Yeah, he sees the Mega now. He should be able to get it, but he's very, very passive instead, waiting for uNearth to go up that pad to do some damage. But it doesn't really work out, and a beautiful rocket from uNearth hitting the wall to secure the kill. And the kill is extremely important with 3 minutes left on the clock. And we might even see another engagement at this light armor, but ZawevszZ very, very scared as he knows that it's likely a trap. Looks like he's gonna get caught out again, escapes just in time. Now the problem is, uNearth won't be able to get the Heavy because of the split on the item, so instead he has to go for the Mega first, but instead he's just gonna go for the push with the dual wield. It'll work out, he'll bait out the Ghost Walk, and now he can go secure both the major items. This is the perfect situation, but 2 minutes left, ZawevszZ can't afford to just try to run out the clock. He also gets some of the hourglasses to get his Ghost Walk off cooldown. And just gonna hide in the LG room. Even gets some more of those hourglasses and now rotates around and gets even more of them to get the Ghost Walk back.
Do you think uNearth should have denied those? Like, he was in the area.
Yeah, he definitely should have when he was there. And we see the Ghost Walk really comes in handy once again. However, he's stuck on the low ground now, and he might get caught out. The rails miss, but an LG fight will surely come out. He runs out of ammo, forced to switch to the rocket, but he should still get the kill, and he gets it with the shotgun. Also forces the spawn at the LG. But uNearth, without any LG ammo, he definitely wants to go back and get some more before the Mega fight. Now we might see a dual-wield fight come out. Rockets, though, instead of LG. But it won't matter, though. He almost could have got killed by the rail there, but one tickle of the LG was the end of ZawevszZ, and now the score is tied 4-4. With uNearth in full control, this is very scary for ZawevszZ. He had an opportunity to try to run out the clock, but wasn't able to successfully do it. uNearth did a good job getting the Ghost Walk out first, restacking, and then going in for the kill. But it's not all bad for ZawevszZ. He does have a stable defensive position now with all the weapons he needs. And uNearth just making sure to secure the next major item. So we should know the pickup. And uNearth actually might be a little bit late for this Heavy, but ZawevszZ not running away from it. But hits a ton of direct rockets. Still not railable, so he could afford to take more fights, but decides not to and just backs off. uNearth's gonna get the Heavy. He goes for the jump play with the Ghost Walk, but not able to find the rail. That would have been crucial for this next fight. And instead, because he misses that, he's gonna be forced to back off. Almost gets hit by more damage, but uNearth backs off before the rockets could connect, and now the dual-wield rockets come out. Almost kills ZawevszZ, but he's gonna get the health bubbles first, and the rockets come out, but the rail misses, and that will be the game for uNearth, who also wins the set 2-0.
Yeah, risky play to go for the railgun. Yeah, we couldn't see what his arsenal was, but yeah, also on the other hand, good chase by uNearth. Like, he made sure he had full control on the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, once he got control, and that's really BJ's strength. It's kind of the same way that he played on Molten Falls, you know, where he just made sure to secure the rotation of the items, and I think ZawevszZ having some issues timing properly, because there was a lot of times where he could have secured an item on both maps, but he just runs away right as it spawns. So that's definitely the #1 thing he needs to fix, and it would definitely help him a lot in these games. But yeah, it really just came down to item control both maps. I think abilities didn't matter overall too much. I mean, the Ghost Walk definitely helped ZawevszZ stay in that map for a long time. but overall uNearth playing the items just a lot better. We see he plays it smart. I mean, there's even small things like when the heavy was up, but the mega was coming up in a few seconds, so he didn't. If he went for the heavy, he would have been giving up the mega, so he just waits and makes sure that ZawevszZ was trapped in the lightning gun room before securing both the items. Now going to map 3, we got Slash versus Athena.
Yeah, would you pick one of the champions as a favorite? Or is this also a 50-50?
I think it's just 50-50. All the light champions are kind of the same. It's really just up to personal preference. Like, I would probably prefer Slash just because I like to play Slash better, but I don't think there's objectively a better pick. Athena will have more verticality and more... mainly just verticality, which is really important on Blood Covenant, but she won't have as much just movement around the entire map. She only has the 2 grapples compared to Slash.
Yeah, so the series goes to uNearth, but yeah, we are playing for points per map, and a point.
Yeah,
for
so this map still
preparing.
matters.
Indeed. Especially at the end of the tournament, like those points will matter. Yeah, Lucy as crouch sliding.
Who's Lucy?
Lucy is like
Prepare to fight.
that's a big girl from Quake 3. Let's
Yeah, we
start.
could have a heavy champion crouch slider.
Let's start on ZawevszZ.
Don't give
Fight.
him any breathing room.
So who's gonna go around to the railgun and just secure that weapon first, since it is the most important on the map, and also gonna get the light armor before the heavy to maximize the stack. uNearth with the high ground position, gonna secure both the rocket launcher and the LG, and we see our first fight on the low ground. And now ZawevszZ sets up on the high ground where he will have the advantage, especially with the railgun. He is aware of uNearth's positioning right below the portal. We're gonna decide just to check on the railgun just to make sure he's not there. And uNearth finds his opportunity to get the mega. And now gonna rotate really fast over to the railgun before ZawevszZ gets the opportunity to guard it. And now just gonna go for the long range railgun fight. Drops down and now gonna rotate around to the high ground as fast as he can. And ZawevszZ also early to secure the high ground and actually confuses uNearth. And now has the advantage in this railgun fight. uNearth's gonna try to escape, gets hit in the back. And he also already picked up the light armor around the shotgun, so he won't have that to help him in the fight around the heavy. I'm gonna decide just to escape. ZawevszZ will have full control. And with Athena, it's so valuable because you can just immediately hook up to the high ground. It's also going to make sure to put a perfect 15-second split on the items. Now just sets up as early as possible on the Mega before trying to search for uNearth.
Stop.
Does find him, but decides to go back for Mega. Doesn't want to take any unnecessary risks. And he actually catches uNearth trying to hide at the staircase, but it doesn't work out. The direct comes out, but ZawevszZ with his own direct able to secure the kill and now also secure the heavy. uNearth's gonna try to take the fight with the rockets, but gets hit by a beautiful rail, as well as the follow-up. That was an amazing play from ZawevszZ. Also, gonna get in prime position for the Mega. And in this high ground fight, he definitely wants to take it, but with that little bit of LG tickle, it's gonna force him to run away. But he'll still have a nice high ground position for the heavy. But he might have just given that up. uNearth doesn't have all the weaponry he wants for this fight. He's gonna go for it anyway with the plasma trail and the LG combo, and it works out beautifully for him. He gets the frag. A little bit weak, but he might still have enough time to get around to the Mega. But he is aware of that spawn as he's spamming rockets at the line of sight. Yeah, a little bit too weak to want to test that Mega. And I think ZawevszZ realized that and just wanted to go get the railgun when it was a little bit unexpected. And when he had the opportunity to.
Yeah, I do think in that last fight, ZawevszZ, again, trusting a little bit too much in his railgun up close.
Yeah. But this is a great position for ZawevszZ, and he's very, very strong with these rails. Hits 2, and now gonna have a lot of time to go around to the Mega, but he might be a little bit late. uNearth goes up the jump pad, and ZawevszZ hits the air rocket with 1 health remaining. And he gets the kill. uNearth's gonna guard the portal first, but a little bit late to secure a railgun, and now drops down. ZawevszZ gonna go for the railgun to finish the job. Instead decides to go for the LG, but he just can't reach. And now tries to escape to go back to long range rails, but he's just not able to find any. So uNearth's gonna secure that heavy without taking any damage somehow. And I'm going in for the kill with the rocket. Instead just goes for the drive-by. And a beautiful upwards rail. Now ZawevszZ without any armor. It's going to be hard for him to contest with this heavy. Instead just looking for 1 rail. Not able to find it. Even looking for an extra angle. Almost secures it as well, but fortunately for him, he misses. The rocket jump comes out, catches ZawevszZ off guard, but uNearth doesn't get any damage. And now we see an engagement after the Mega. Nice rail comes out from ZawevszZ, but he's not able to find the follow-up, and uNearth gets the kill with the LG.
Yeah, again, do you think that he trusts too much in his rail, or is this just part of his play style and he needs to
There's definitely moments where he should have used HMG instead. Like at that heavy fight where he couldn't hit anything, if he had just gone for HMG, he would have won that fight easily.
5-minute warning.
ZawevszZ does have a high ground position, but he gets caught off guard by uNearth going up the jump pad. And now uNearth gonna go through the low ground to get to the heavy. But we see this railgun fight come out, which ZawevszZ has been owning the whole game. And this is a really, really nice position for ZawevszZ as he covers a lot of his hitbox for that fight. So 2 rails, gets the light armor, and now gonna hook up to the Mega. And this is really great position for ZawevszZ now, who completely turned the tides of the game. And does a great job of controlling this mid part of the map. A beautiful rocket from uNearth comes out, a great read. And now we see the rail fight once again, but this time uNearth comes out on top. And with Slash's speed, he should be able to rotate around to Mega, but he's just not fast enough. And he's still gonna go for it anyway. A little bit predictable, but he hits a nice rocket, and now the LG comes out, catches ZawevszZ with the railgun. Yeah, that might be a case where probably shouldn't have used the railgun there. I think uNearth actually still thought the Mega was up, but shouldn't matter too much. He's still gonna be in time for this heavy. And nice, 2 rails, and ZawevszZ wasn't able to secure the heavy. It's gonna be a huge turn of events here if ZawevszZ also not able to get the Mega. Yeah, just way too late. And with only the HMG, he can't take the fight. uNearth doing a great job chasing. Isn't quite sure of ZawevszZ's location, and ZawevszZ will be able to escape using the grapples. uNearth definitely aware that ZawevszZ wants the railgun pickup, so he's just guarding it. Being very careful to go take the heavy. Now he's going to try to do it, and will be able to escape without having to take any damage. I'm going to go as fast as he can over to the Mega. Up the jump pad, and ZawevszZ doesn't get any damage up the jump pad, which is huge, and he might even be trapped in this fight. Beautiful tri-bolt comes out. uNearth's gonna try to escape, but uNearth with a beautiful vertical rail to get the kill. It's not looking good for ZawevszZ here. Unearth's gonna go around to the heavy as fast as he can on another great rail. Force ZawevszZ off his favorite spot. ZawevszZ will get a railgun, even though uNearth was trying to guard it. Spam rockets almost hitting, but just barely missing. Messes up his movement, but it might have been a blessing in disguise. Still have plenty of time for the heavy. uNearth's just trying to guard the high ground because he wants to take this vertical rail fight. And this time the LG, instead of the railgun, and it works out beautifully, he catches uNearth and unfortunately misses the kill shot. But he could still have time for another angle. A beautiful rocket from uNearth though. And that'll be crippling for ZawevszZ, who doesn't have that much time left. That rocket could be the game, could seal the game, since ZawevszZ did have a little bit of momentum after that fight. The rocket comes out, but it's just not going to be enough. And uNearth probably secures the game with that LG kill. It'll be really tough for ZawevszZ to get 3 more frags in 1 minute. I'm gonna go back for the railgun as always, and yeah, just gonna go for the all-in fight even with only the 100 base stack. And that will be the game, so uNearth gonna take this set 3-0. Really huge for him to get all those points.
1 minute warning.
It was well played from ZawevszZ, but I think he's really got to work on his item control game, because there's so many times every game where he has the right positioning, he does the damage, but then he just doesn't go for the item even if it's available. And he's not going to be able to win any of these fights just off of the stack differential.
Yeah, like he did get a great setup in the beginning of the match, like the almost perfect split. But he couldn't hold it, and then a few weapon fumbles, and uNearth just banked.
That's kind of what I mean, where he has the right idea. You know, he takes good, typically, you know, high ground positions for the items, but I think he's not aware of the timing fully, so he never drops down to the items when it's time to do so. So he always lets uNearth just sneak around and grab the items. I think ZawevszZ should review every single one of those maps and just see all those opportunities, because it could have been a completely different series if ZawevszZ just went for the items when he had the opportunity to. But it'll be uNearth taking the set 3-0.
Yeah, great start for him.
So now we're moving on to our second set. It's going to be Metal Lord versus Aramat. Assuming I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah, it's Aramat. Like, that is... I don't know if it's in the whole of Europe,